Good morning. It is such a great day to have synchronicity. I am beyond excited to have our next guest, Miss Britney Walker. Britney, we have spent some time together, and I have had the great opportunity, the ordained opportunity to be a part of your journey. And now, my dear, you have started a brand new practice that we want to inform the collective consciousness about called Clarity in Bloom. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
Thank you for having me. I am amazing. I'm so happy to be here. And it is an honor to just be in the sacred space with you and your community. So thank you for the invitation.
Yes, thank you for answering the call. And I just want to jump right in, right? We don't need to waste no time with this. I want to hear all about it. So tell us about your practice.
So my practice is called Clarity in Bloom. It is a life coaching practice for women. I think that it is a very, very necessary space for us to occupy. So what I offer in this space is transitional coaching. And people ask all the time, what is transitional coaching? I'm like, I'm so glad you asked. I deal with makeups, breakups, relocations, premarital coaching, which we'll get a little bit into. I had created a signature coaching program for premarital coaching, as well as a workbook that I sent to the editor yesterday. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh my gosh.
On top of that, I got ordained as a minister to marry the couples that have went through my program. I just felt like it was a necessary step. So I said, well, what the heck, let's go ahead and do it. And then the consulting part of my business is my baby. It is ADHD parental support. Again, we'll talk about that a little bit farther into the interview or the podcast. But I mean, just to give you just a little bit of a snippet about what that's about. I'm a mom to a child who was diagnosed very early with ADHD. I'm also a mom that navigates the world as a person with ADHD. So that was like a double whammy for me. And once my child got diagnosed, it was like, okay, we have all these accommodations. We got all of these different things within the school district to support your child. But I realized that there was no real support for the parents who now had to recognize this new norm, figure out how to navigate this new norm, and how to figure out how to best serve their child while navigating the world of motherhood, maybe wifehood, maybe employeehood, all of those different hats that we wear. So it was important for me to create a safe space for moms in particular to have to say whatever they need to say, to be able to develop plans for success, not just for their children, but for them, and just be well overall. So that's Clarity in Bloom.
I am loving it. Look at you.
Look at me.
So many things, so many dynamics to talk about, so many things I want to hear about.
Yes.
But before we get into the different petals of this beautiful flower, let me know what made you decide to begin Clarity in Bloom. What was it that kind of laid the seed for you to know that this is something that is needed in our Black and Brown community, and answering that call? So what made you start this program?
Obedience. I've always known the call on my life, and God has a funny way of unofficially making you what you have been called to do. So throughout the course of my life, I've always had little previews of what I could be or what I should be or what I'm called to do. However, I decided, I believe it may have been like in November of last year, to really step into my calling and say, okay, I surrender, you got it, and I'm going to do it your way. So Clarity in Bloom truly is a manifestation of the call. It's a manifestation of the things that I've journaled about, the things I've prayed about, the things I've meditated about, the things I've talked about with people. And my life experiences truly are the things that qualified me in order to be effective in this particular space at this particular time. So
good stuff. Yes. And I just have to take my hat off to you, because sometimes we miss that call, right? Or sometimes we run away from it. Or
Right.
sometimes we be like, I am not enough. I'm not good enough. I don't know enough, whatever the situation is. And the fact that you surrendered and you said,
Mhm.
okay, right, I am in tune with my purpose.
Yeah.
Look at where we're going with this. So that's amazing. A lot of people struggle with understanding what their purpose is. You know, your purpose is when it starts to bloom, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm very excited for this. Speaking of that, Brittany, tell us about the name of your business and how did you decide on this name?
So God gave me it. Like
Okay.
I said, again, this whole thing is an act of obedience, truly an act of surrender. And I believe as long as we walk this earth as women, there's always clarity that's going to be needed. Even if you feel like you got clarity in one area, you can still be more clear, or maybe a new revelation has to reveal itself in order for you to get to the next space. So, you know, as we obtain the clarity that we seek, we begin to bloom. So
Yes.
it only was appropriate to name this space, this sacred space, Clarity in Bloom. So
Yes.
that's where it came from.
That's where it came from. I love everything about it. Why do you think it's important to you to work with your population? Why is it important to you to assist women or individuals with ADHD or individuals that are about to be married? Why is this important to you?
Because we need a safe space.
Okay.
You know, this world at times is evil. This world at times is hard. This world at times will make you feel like you really going up the rough side of the mountain every day. You know what I mean? But when you come into this space, you are safe enough to take off that cape. You are safe enough to take off that mask. You are safe enough to say, you know what, Brittany, I need help. And I recognize that I need help getting from where I am to where I want to be. And I'm just simply here to work alongside people to get them to their best self.
Why is
Yeah.
that important to you, Brittany?
It's important to me because I've experienced that type of transformation.
Okay.
You know, so whether it is through therapy, because I do definitely want to touch on the difference between a therapist and a coach while we're here.
Okay.
You know, but it's important. It was important for me because, again, I had a transformation in my life. And I know living at your fullest potential truly is life-changing. And you being the person that you were meant to be, that you were ordained to be, is such a beautiful space. And some people don't even know what that feels like, doesn't know the freedom that you have, simply being the best version of yourself. So I'm just here to help you get there. So it's important.
Goodness, I'm so filled up. Feel your spirit
Yes.
through this screen, and it's just it's amazing when you talk about that transformation. I'm gonna leave some space for you to also discuss the difference between coaching and therapy. I think that's very important. I'm glad you brought that up. So talking about women, right? How would you say, or how does a poor sense of self impact physical and mental health, in your opinion?
In my opinion,
In your opinion,
when you don't know who you are, you will try to fit into every single situation. You'll be a round peg trying to fit into a square hole. You'll try to sit at tables that maybe you weren't invited to, or the people that are sitting there have malicious intent against you and you can't recognize it because you're just trying to fit in. It's really, really important that you understand who you are, the impact that you are created to make, so that you can be effective in what the call is on your life. Everybody is given a portion of time, talents, expertise, different things, but you cannot use them to their fullest potential unless you really understand what you individually are called to do and the people that you are assigned to.
Take us to church.
There it is. That's it. I didn't know I was a preacher, but here I is. Okay.
Give us that message.
Yeah.
A lot of my work, I assist all populations, right? Sure. But the population that is closest to my heart, that speaks to my heart, is the BIPOC population, right? And I think the reason is because I'm a part of it. I understand our trauma. I understand that we were born into trauma, right? and that nothing changes until something changes. Right. And so I have made a personal commitment to uplifting and showing women that are part of the BIPOC population how to love themselves.
Yeah.
Love anyone else. You have to love your creator and yourself.
Yeah.
In your opinion, how could your practice benefit the BIPOC population?
I mean, I'm just going to piggyback on what you said, because it's for us and by us. It's literally that simple. Because it's for us and it's by us.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's it. Talk to us, Brittany, how would you define wellness? What does wellness mean to you?
Wellness is the insurance policy. I wrote this down. Hold on, because I need to get this right. Y'all know listen, you know I'm a writer.
Yes, you are.
Wellness wellness is the insurance policy that ensures we don't just survive, but thrive. It ensures that we consistently do the things that are good for us. While they may not always feel good to us, we must endure these temporary discomforts in order to thrive. And that is wellness to me. That is not just exercising. That is not just exclusive to maybe meditation or going to church or any other thing, but that is wholeness a wellness as a whole. We must walk this, or it must be our ambition to thrive and walk this side of heaven as happy and whole and healed as we possibly can, so that we can really, really have the best experience that I believe we were intended to have on this side. I do not subscribe to the thought that life should be hard.
It don't have to be.
Or that love hurts, or that like it's a struggle and our reward only comes after we die. No, you can have your reward here, but you must first be able to identify what wellness is for you and diligently seek that for yourself. And that's how I feel. So that's why I'm here. That's why you're here. That's why we all serve in the capacity that we do.
The collective consciousness.
That's it.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. So one thing that I have learned very late in my career is that we are all broken. And broken people do broken things. So what are some coping strategies, or what are some examples of coping strategies that you would give to a woman or a couple that comes to you that is broken?
So when I seen this question on the paper, I totally took it, I think, a different way. So you just want to shoot from the hip.
Yes.
With that, coping strategies. Number one, get some therapy. Truly. Because you didn't just get broken today. See, and therapy is going to take from today and look all the way back, maybe sometimes to the womb. Because I believe there's a such thing as womb wounds, and different things like that. So, like, truly, there needs to be a healing that takes place from the time you're an embryo to where you are now. Seek therapy, get that professional help. There is no harm in doing that. There's no shame in doing that, because nobody makes it to where they are right now unscathed. There are some things that we need to unpack. I call it the onion. There are some layers that we got to continue to peel back again in order to get where we need to go and cope with the things that have happened up until now. The second thing I put was the let them theory. I shared this with you yesterday. And just real quick, for those of us who are unfamiliar with the let them theory, it's just simply taking your hands off of situations.
Take it off.
If you got maybe a sister or a brother or a friend or an associate that keeps going back to a relationship that you don't feel like is the best for them, guess what? You telling them hey, you need to leave them. That's not going to make them leave them. They have to learn that lesson for themselves in their own time. You're not done till you're done. So our only responsibility is simply to let them. Let them learn the lessons they need to learn. Let them, figure things out on their own. Let them figure out what they need from you if they choose to seek your counsel. But either way, you have to let people be in the driver's seat of their own lives. And that there will, and I call that a coping strategy,
Yeah.
because a lot of us, we want to have our hands on people so tightly because we love them. We want to shield them from, life's woes, but in turn, it hurts us. It hurts us because maybe they don't do what we think they ought to do. Maybe they didn't learn from our situations, and now they ain't really hurt. They're going on with their life, and you sitting here crying. You have to learn how to let them.
Let them.
Yes. And live in peace. So I believe that's a very powerful coping strategy. And then thirdly, recognizing that everything is not personal. Everything is not personal. It ain't about you, boo.
Yeah.
Some people do things, even sometimes to you, not because of something that you've done to deserve it. But again, going back to what you said, because they're broken. It's not personal. So you have an opportunity to either detach, disassociate. You can take some corrective action and say, hey, I don't appreciate you, talking to me like that or treating me like this or whatever. But at the end of the day, oftentimes the way that people interact with you or handle you has nothing to do with you. So we need to recognize that everything is not personal. Don't internalize that. Save yourself the heartache, the stress. Live in peace, knowing that. Yes. So those are my coping strategies.
I love your coping strategies. That's amazing. That is amazing. Tell us, what do you think, or what would you say some of the benefits are of working with a coach?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that.
Yes, ma'am.
So as you guys see, I'm a very passionate person. I'm a very excited person. I'm a very enthusiastic person. So I can't think of a better person to be your personal cheerleader than yours truly. Yeah. Okay. Something else. I will hold you accountable. If you say, Brittany, I want to go from here to there, and we've developed a roadmap, expect a text from me. Expect the email from me, expect the check-in from me, because I need to make sure that we are staying on the good foot. We are staying on the path that we need to go on in order to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Another thing is unbiased opinions. Unbiased opinions. I'm going to help you. And it may not always be what you want to hear. However, it is coming from a place of love, coming from a place of care, and coming from a place of, I'm gonna make this word up, unbiasedness.
Unbiased.
Okay? But it also helps you develop a roadmap, truly, to get, again, from where you are to where you want to be. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm simply here to let you know that everything that you need is already inside of you. I'm just here to disrupt your current, maybe limiting beliefs, or maybe your current destructive patterns. I'm here to disrupt those things. Or maybe I'm here to untangle the yarn ball that lives in your head and help you get it into a nice little, nice little ball over here, so that you can get, again, from where you are to where you want to be.
I love that. That's amazing. Really good stuff. Again, another population that is close to my heart is women, like I said, right? Because I am a woman. I work with a lot of women, and I know some of the problems and struggles that we come against. Why is your program, why is wellness important for women?
Wellness is so important for women. Number one, because we are the entity that holds this entire world together. Okay. Anything that God wants to bring into this earthly realm, he brings it through a woman. So it is important for us as women to prioritize our own wellness, because everything that we touch, everything that we pour out of our cup, everything that overflows out of us touches other people. And if we are living in a deficit, if we are living angrily, if we are living with resentment, if we are living unwell, then now we have spread toxicity to all of the things and people that we touch, because we have not done the work. So it is really, really important for us to be well in all aspects, so that the things that we put out into this world are things that really, really improve the world around us and the people, again, that we're ordained to touch and to affect.
Good stuff. So I just want to get in your tea a little bit. What stress reduction techniques do you currently utilize? What keeps you grounded?
Sure. And you're going to laugh at this because I was not a believer. Okay. But this whole mindfulness thing, like checking in with your whole, like every aspect of yourself, that has done me some good. That has done me some real good. Like if I evaluate how I've reacted to certain situations and say I had maybe an explosive reaction to something that may have been small, I have to go inside and say, what exactly is wrong? What exactly is bothering me? Because that little thing that just happened, that didn't warrant that. So really being mindful of who I am, where I am, why I'm acting the way I'm acting, just being able to just step away and really, really be mindful of who I am and why I am the way I am. And it helps me with further actions as well. Quiet is a stress reduction. Like I shared in the beginning, I'm a person that navigates this world with ADHD, and I have always likened my brain to a computer with like 27 tabs open. Literally everything is running in the background. So quiet moments enable me to stop the noise, or it gives way to maybe some of the noise in the background that needs my attention.
Okay.
That I otherwise may not have been able to pay attention to because I have all these other things going on. So quiet really, really helps me. And I know there's a negative connotation to this third one, but isolation. I need to be by myself. I enjoy my own company. I need to take myself to the movies. I need to go out to eat by myself. I need to sit in my car maybe for an hour some days before I go in the house. I need that to be able to recenter myself and not feel like I have to pour out. Because when I'm around other people, there have been times in my life where I felt like if I'm around you, I feel like I have to heal you or fix you or listen to your problems or do all of these different things. So for me, I found stress reduction and tranquility in isolation, so that when I do get back around people, I am able to pour, or I am able to give, or I am able to differentiate between what belongs to you and what belongs to me. Because I'll tell you this, and I know I'm getting a little bit long-winded, but this is for somebody.
Yes.
Okay? The reason why you're stressed out is because you have other people's stuff on your plate. We have to learn to simplify.
Yes.
When you learn to simplify, you won't be as stressed out. You know what I mean? So really, really evaluate, I think, your relationships and figure out, again, what belongs to you and what belongs to them people. And what belongs to them people, go ahead and give it back.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it back.
Give it back.
So that's a stress reduction technique.
Yes.
And that'll keep your life real stress-free, I promise.
Break them chains.
That's it.
And it's not serving us.
It's not.
Just give it back. Just give it back. I tell a lot of people, you got to check yourself before you check anyone else, right? And this thing called life, this ain't dress rehearsal. As far as we know, this is all we have, right? And so how are you going to make it the best for you? Like you said, we don't have to live in misery, right? It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be painful. Why do we have to wait for our blessing when we leave this place?
Right.
So what needs to change in order for you to live your life and live it more abundantly?
Yeah.
Okay. So what else? Tell us what else we may not have covered in our time together about Clarity in Bloom. What else you need to share with us? How can someone get connected to such an amazing organization and program?
Yeah, so you can definitely hit me up on Instagram or Facebook. My website is currently under construction. However, we will be up and running sooner than later, but it'll be clarityandbloom.com. Clarity in Bloom on all social networks. You can shoot me a DM or you can shoot me an email, clarityinbloom@outlook.com. I do in-person sessions. I do virtual sessions. I will meet you where you are. So if that means that I need to meet you on Facebook Messenger, we locked in. We in there. I'm going to meet you exactly where you are because I believe that you deserve the best version of yourself. I am just here to help you get there. That's it. That's it.
I love it. Thank you so much, Britney.
You're welcome.
For sharing tea with us and for seeing a need and answering a call.
Yeah.
Right? And so, me, with all the love in my heart, I just appreciate the fact that you are sharing yourself with the world. That is such a tall call. I'm going to have all of your contact information in the bio of this video, including your email. If someone sees this and be like, you know what, she is bowling up my alley and I need this space. I need this coaching. I need to feel her energy. And I need some assistance with drawing the diagram on the next steps of my life. I want to make sure that everyone is able to get connected to you. Where are you located? What part of PA?
Yeah, I'm located in York, Pennsylvania. So we're like right down by the Maryland line. So again, as you can see, this is my office. You are welcome to come sit on my green couch. Let me bring this thing down. Yeah, she worked real hard on this little office.
Yes, she did.
So as you can see, it is extra Black. It is extra feminine.
Yes.
And this is a place where you can be as extra as you need to be in order to get where you're going, honey.
That's
so
right.
I'm excited for you. I'm excited for your transformation. I'm excited. We're just manifesting it right now. I'm excited to be fully booked. I'm excited just for people to see themselves as worth the effort, worth the work, and just worth it all.
That's right.
You deserve to be the best version of yourself. I promise. We're going to get you there.
We are going to get people connected with Coach Britney so they too can have some clarity that's in bloom. Thank you for your time today. Enjoy your day and all the peace that you are deserving. I will talk to you soon. Be well.